come back to site during the autumn time. We've finished all our dry stone walling. We're now getting all the steel edge preps, the beaches in and all the plants in.
So for the wildflower meadow areas, we've obviously drawn this up in CAD, so we know exact areas that these are taking up, and we can work out the volume of seed, the weight of seed that we need to sow. We split each area up into sections, and then we know exactly that square meterage, so we can work out the rate we need to sow at. And we're going at a rate of between 5 grams and 20 grams a square metre, and then on the mown grass areas we'll be doing a rate of 50 grams a square metre, and that gives a different seed density. And the reason being for wildflower meadows, you want the wildflowers to grow, so you have to do a lower density. So it's all quite nothing's just chucked on the ground, everything's planned.
Yeah, there's no sepal area, or do you want to look at that?
So we start off drawing a planting plan in the office. We've chosen plants that obviously will work with the ground conditions here, which is an acidic, sandy soil, so it's free draining, but it is bizarrely quite moisture retentive as well. It has quite a lot of silt content in the sand. We wanted a lovely winter bed, so we've gone for the river birch for their white stems, but they also like this moist, sort of almost damper conditions, particularly towards the bottom of the site. And then in between we've got the willows, which are quite tiny at the moment, but they'll become a mass of red stems in winter, rivers of cornus that run through, and then in between we've got these lovely flowing meadow-like planting schemes with all the lovely flowers popping up. So the whole thing will start to flower from very early spring through to the borders, and the meadows will take over, and it's just going to be stunning, really exciting. We're going to cover the ground after we've planted with a bark mulch, which helps to maintain the soil stability. It keeps the ground moist so we don't have to water it, and it also feeds the ground. The bark decomposes over time, and then this goes into the ground and helps the soil structure. So you'll see more earthworms, a lot more biodiversity in the soil.
What we're doing is we're putting series empty pots on top of the plants that we've already put in. The reason for that is that we're going to be bringing some bark mulch in. It's pretty coarse and heavy, and when you're bringing it in by the barrow load, because it's quite a big area we've got to cover, these small plants could be either buried or damaged. So we put empty pots over the top of them, put the bark in quite generously, and then we come through and just lift the pots off, finish the bark off, because you can see that sort of thing there. Little stackies might be lost in amongst a great big barrel full of bark. So yeah, so it's a precautionary measure to make sure that plants don't get buried.